We are live. Welcome back to the Connecting Faith and Business Summit for 2023. The 15th annual summit is this week, Thursday, and I'm so excited. Today we have Fred Delariva.
Delariva.
Yes, from the Small Business Development Center in both the Inland Empire and the Orange County region. So he's a busy guy, and he is going to be one of our speakers. He's speaking on he's doing a bigger than that tip on artificial intelligence. Everyone's talking about AI, and he's going to talk about, is it right for your business, your church, you personally? And he's going to show us some things. Now, we're going to give away it all today, but we're going to give you some great information about what you're going to learn at the Connecting Faith and Business Summit. So Fred, say hi to the world and tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and what you do for the SBDC.
Yeah. Hi, world. So I'm like,
there's millions of people watching, so
millions of people
no pressure,
watching,
no pressure.
all over the world.
That's
so
right.
My name is Fred Delariva. I have been in marketing for nearly 20 years now. Done everything from SEO, content development, web development, lead generation, email marketing. If it's in marketing, yeah, I probably did it in one time or another.
That's awesome.
I started working in AI probably about a year and a half to 2 years ago, and it has just exploded. So if you're not using AI for your business, you need to.
Yes.
Everybody's going to be using it. It makes you more efficient, makes you more productive, and it just opens you up to a variety of technologies to increase your revenue.
Yes. And tell me why people you think are afraid of it, because that's the thing. People are like, oh, I'm afraid of it, whatever. But I agree with you that I think it saves us so much time and lets us get back to the things that are makes our life more balanced. But why do you think a lot of people are afraid, have been kind of resisting this to date?
Well, there's a couple of factors, right? AI is going to bring in a lot of change, and we don't know what kind of change that's going to be, whether positive or negative or a combination of both. I mean, think about when the internet took over. Think about how much change that happened, or when cell phones took over, how much change that happened, or when
Right.
streaming came into effect just a few years ago. Particular, it became really popular during COVID.
Right.
That's changed everything, right? We don't watch TV the same way as we used to. So this is just change. Some people say it's going to change the workforce, and it probably will, but it's going to open up several opportunities. In particular, if you focus on the small business, it's going to open you up to a variety of opportunities. So, for example, if you're a one-man shop, one-woman shop, to be politically correct,
No offense.
um,
No offense.
and you don't have the time or the talent base to create content, well, there's AI tools that can help create content for you in a fraction of a time and a fraction of the cost as if you were to hire somebody else. If you need help in analyzing data, and see, some people just think of AI just creating content. It also helps you analyze data. I've used it to take all that Google Analytics 4 data and make it digestible in a matter of minutes, so you can take actionable items on it. So don't be afraid of AI. Use it as a tool. And if one day our AI overlords are going to take place, just be nice to the AI, just to be safe.
I always teach that as well, that if you use please and thank you, they say, garbage in, garbage out, right? So if you put
Right.
kindness in, you'll get kindness out. So my AI bot is so lovely. He says, please and thank you. I actually have named, I have different, I have a whole white paper on how to build a team with AI that actually will help make your human team even more productive and have more fun
Mhm.
at work. But I actually so I'll call out a certain name and they answer back like, oh, thank you so much for this opportunity to serve you and blah, blah. And it's like, wow, like they're so nice. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're welcome. You get a raise today. It's so great. Yeah.
I typically tell a lot of my clients to think of AI as a very extremely capable assistant, right?
Yes.
You tell it to go do something and it's going to do it. And if it doesn't do it quite correctly, that's okay. It's a learning module, it's a learning model.
Right.
Tell
Right.
it, okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. Give me this. And it's going to give you some of that. And again, it's still in its infancy. It's going to improve vastly. I mean, things are moving at lightning speed. I've used different types of models out there, starting from the popular ChatGPT, but there's Claude, there's Gemini's coming out, there's Lambda, there's Bard. I mean, there's just so many out there, and that's just the generative content tools. There's just other ones out there. So
It's absolutely
yeah,
mind blowing,
it's
and
mind
every
blowing. You can't
software,
keep up. You can't keep
yeah,
up.
and every software that we use, even like Canva, is now integrated so much AI into it that it literally blows your mind. It's absolutely nuts. In fact, have you played on Midjourney yet?
I have. I actually, Midjourney is going to be one of the tools that we're going to show off tomorrow.
Okay, okay, you mean on
So
Thursday. We don't
on
want to jump the
Thursday,
gun. There's
on
still
Thursday,
time
I'm
to
sorry,
buy your
on
ticket. It's
Thursday.
okay because the whole point of this, I know we're doing is Fast and Furious today, which is kind of like AI, so it kind of matches our theme.
Mhm.
That you can still buy tickets to come to the event on Thursday. And again, Fred is going to be sharing how to use different AI tools. And in fact, you said something right before we went online. So you're actually someone who comes, right? We want them to come to the event. They're going to walk away learning how to do what? What was it that you're going to teach about a presentation?
Okay, so one of the acronyms that we developed at the SBDC is called APPS. So artificial intelligence platform stacking. Okay, so
Ooh,
apps. So I do
okay.
the app strategy. So people use ChatGPT 4 on standalone, or they might use Midjourney standalone, or they might use voice, text to voice generator as a standalone. So what we do is we stack all those platforms together to give you professional output, whatever that output's going to be.
Okay.
So, for example, just to give a teaser, ask yourself how much would it cost you if you were to go out there and want to do a product explainer video with professional voiceover, professional graphics, script development, and the production. How much do you think that would cost you? Five, $10,000, $20,000? Well, some
Right.
of the small businesses don't have that budget.
Right.
So at Thursday's presentation, I'm going to show them a viable and efficient and cost-effective solution so they can produce professional developed content. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
Leave it for a
Don't want to give
surprise.
too much away. I love
Don't
that.
give too much
That's
away.
a,
Yeah,
this is just a little tease
it's
of
just
what
a
we're
teaser.
to
Yeah.
expect at the 15th annual Connecting Faith and Business
Hmm.
Conference. And I think too, something that's a question's going to come up is that people think, oh my gosh, AI could, like you said, the drones take over and we have to bow to the AI lords and all this stuff. But we believe at the Connecting Faith and Business that our Lord and Savior, Yahweh, the Lord Almighty, is the CEO of our business and we only bow to him. So the AI tools, as you said, are not to be feared. They are to be managed and used because we can use it to glorify the Lord in the application of or the way we use these tools. Because just like you said, the internet is a tool, right? Your car is a tool. A screwdriver is a tool. Like all these things helps you do something more efficient. And I think the world that is people that are accepting it are going to move their business forward. If you're not using AI, it actually will keep you back. Just like people who said, "Oh, I don't need a website," right?
Hmm.
That's fine. People walk in the door. Like, why would I go online, right? So I think we all understand that if to kind of compare it to the internet, hopefully it won't be as scary to a lot of people.
I mean, why do I need a mobile phone? That would have been, maybe in 2007, 2008, people were saying, why do I need a mobile phone? And then Apple came up with their device, and everybody else copied them. And now everybody has a mini supercomputer in their pockets or their purses.
Yeah. In
You
fact,
know,
we don't
everybody.
know each other yet, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in 2 days. But they call me Mobile Mary because in 2007 we launched software called Brilliant Mobile, and I would get up on stages talking about using text marketing to to build
Mhm.
a list and drive traffic to stores or whatever, and online and I have
Mhm.
a radio show and everything. And people were looking at me like the RCA dog. They're like, "What? We keep our phone in the car." Like the people still had it plugged into the car. Or we have a family phone. And they would just look at me and I go, okay, I'll see you in about 5 years. You won't leave your house without your phone, your wallet, and your keys.
Right.
So
I
I'll see
mean,
you then. And I'd walk off stage and we're like, what?
remember we used to go up to front doors and say, "Hey, I'm here." Now we just call them from our car. "Hey, I'm
Right?
here. I'm here to pick you up." We don't go to the front door anymore.
When I was a little girl, my father wouldn't have let me leave the house unless the boy came to the door. So it's, there's got to be a balance, right?
There has to be a balance, yeah. But bringing it back to AI, I mean, just what you
Yeah.
said, you can use AI for a lot of things. I've used AI to help prepare speeches. I've used AI to help prepare a condolence. It helps you with ideation.
Right.
So AI is a tool again that you want to be using in your business. To what extent that, well, that's up to you as a business owner and what you can handle. But if, again, like I said earlier, if you're not using it, you need to be using it because your competitors are going to be using it.
Right. Well, I think what's great about you bringing this topic to the event on Thursday is that it's going to open the mind to the possibility of what can happen. So, Fred, I encourage you to kind of share some of the samples. But people don't know what they don't know, right? They don't know that you can write a eulogy or to come up with an idea for, a better mousetrap or whatever. Like if people just realized, wow, I could use it for good and not evil, right? This is how
Mhm.
I could use it. I think people will be like, oh, wow, I could, like I've actually written books and sometimes I get stuck, like writer's block. And so I'll take a paragraph that I wrote before and say, well, I'm kind of, kind of create this thing and I'll put it in Chat GPT and he'll, oh, I'm so happy to help you. And that's such a great idea. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I never thought of it that way. And it's so
Mhm.
great to be able to have, like you said, a very efficient assistant
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
help with those ideas, which is great.
yeah. So, for example, I was with a client a couple of days ago, and I showed this in a couple of presentations. I've been at some speaking engagements. So, SEO, scares the bejesus out of most business owners, just like Google Analytics does. Well,
Right.
with AI, SEO, though is still a challenge, has become a little bit easier and much more manageable for the small business owner to handle with ChatGPT. And you can
Right.
start off as simply as doing a little bit of keyword research using Google Keywords Planner, which is a free tool. Get your results, put them into ChatGPT, tell it to put it in themes or put it by search intent, and then it's gonna take all those keywords and come up with something that's manageable for you to digest. Then you tell it, well, based on this, write me some content ideas based on a particular search intent. Then it'll do it, and then tell it to write me an article with the keywords embedded in there. And then, by the way, also do some internal linking. You can do that too. Boom, then you have a complete article with internal links ready to be posted on your website. You can do it within an hour.
Right.
And some people are paying two to three, $4,000 a month for that type of service.
Right.
Now, are you going to be as successful as a professional SEO? I don't know,
No.
but you're able to do the same type of things that professional SEO companies, agencies do.
Right.
And it's just if you don't have the time or money to pay an SEO agency, at
Right.
least you can have a better grasp of what SEO is. And
Sure.
those are the type of things I try to teach my clients to
Sure.
be
And
self-sufficient.
also SEO companies that, who are now can double their production can charge less price, hopefully to make it a little bit more affordable for people who maybe not be able to afford the high because it's cut their workload in half.
But
So
I'm glad you
hopefully,
brought that up.
yeah,
I got a perfect example. I'm glad you brought that
great.
up. So I also have my own agency.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. You're going
Yeah,
to tell us about that. Okay, cool.
I do have my own agency, and
Awesome.
in addition to working with the SBDC, I do have my own agency.
Awesome.
And a lot of us here who had United States digital agencies always have to compete with the outside world, like
Right.
India and the Philippines and Ukraine. And they're able to charge, even though very, very talented marketers, in other parts of the world,
Hmm.
but I can't compete price wise
Right.
because they would charge, a nominal price. Well,
Right.
now with AI, I can produce content in a fraction of a time. Let's just say I'm able to produce an article or a web page or whatever the case may be in an hour of the time, and charge somebody $300 to produce X, whatever the output is, right? Where before I would have to charge by the hour, say $35, $50 an hour, and I
Right.
still would never be able to compete with that person overseas, but it would take me
Right.
like 10, 15 hours to do something.
Sure.
Now I can charge a price that they would charge that are charging overseas, but now it's only taking me an hour to do.
Right.
So my rate has gone from $40 an hour to $300 an hour, and I can take more clients.
Sure. Or maybe walk outside and pick up your kid from school or
No, we
have
don't
a
want to go
life.
that. We don't want to go that far.
It's all about balance, baby. We're trying to get back to balance.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
in actuality, has helped me plan out my day better and leave much more open time for other things.
Right.
As if you're a business owner, now you have the time to do networking, right?
There
Which a
you
lot of
go.
us don't have time to do. You have the
Exactly.
time to spend more time with clients, more time with family. Yeah. So
Yes.
AI, putting it back to AI, it is a wonderful tool that we could never have imagined 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
I don't know if you remember the old movie from the 80s called War Games
Yes.
with, and you would see the scientist and the teenager, I'm forgetting his name, Matthew, I
Oh,
believe,
Matthew
Matthew
Broderick.
Broderick, yeah.
Yeah.
They're talking to the computer. They're going, what about this? Do this. And I'm like, you can't do that in the computer. You have to write in code. You can't talk it to it normally. Well, now I'm finding myself talking to the computer like they did back in War Games.
Right. Right.
So
I know that's
yeah,
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear about all the tools that you're going to suggest. I can't wait to hear how you're going to pull this. I love the app, the stacking concept.
Mhm.
That's so awesome. I know I was just actually using Midjourney to create some art and I downloaded it, uploaded it into Canva to do something else, and then loaded it to another thing. So I didn't know there's a typical term. I mean, a term for that. That is so cool.
Yeah, we came up with it with the apps acronym at the SBDC. I don't think anybody else is using it. Hopefully, it'll
Because you're
catch
so
on
cool. Yeah,
because
because
we're
you're so
so cool.
yeah, that's right. Okay, well, listen, I know you're a busy guy. We're gonna let you get back to work. Obviously, you need to do more networking or whatever it
Yeah,
is that you spend your time doing when you're not spending time on the
yeah,
AI tools, having
yeah.
fun. That's the thing, though. Like back in the day when I remember when Pinterest first came out, and maybe it's just a girl thing, but oh my gosh, like you'd fall into a black hole and you'd look up and it'd be like 3 hours later, you're like, oh my god, like what am I doing? Same thing with these AI tools because you get to have so much fun coming up with all these fun ideas and yeah. So we'll try to stay
Yes.
focused. That's for sure. Okay, so everybody, if you haven't gotten your ticket, you want to come see Fred speak at this event. You want to hear all these tools and learn how to do all this amazing stuff. Again, if you go to connectingfaithinbusiness.com, the links are in the broadcast. Just click on that, get your tickets, bring a friend. In fact, we have a few promotions going on. For every friend you bring, you get a free route, you get a raffle ticket. And the more raffle tickets you get, the more chances you win this really cool basket that my company is actually sponsoring. We also have gift cards. So when you text in the number, here we go. When you text in to the number 71441, the word faith, you're going to get back a link to the program that will be the mobile program. So we're saving trees at the event, and you have a chance to win a $100 gift card and two $50 gift cards, which is very exciting. So we hope that everyone will participate in that. And again, the more friends you bring, the more amazing it's going to be. In fact, we were talking about this, Fred, and I'm sure you probably can weigh in on this. Like when you go to an event and maybe you bring you're with a couple people and afterwards you're kind of talking about it over coffee or something. You're like, oh, I heard this great idea, and somebody like, oh, well, I heard this great idea. Oh, I heard, and you have all these different perspectives. So when you bring a team to an event like this, you actually when you have like your wrap up the next day or later that night, you all have different perspectives as you hear things differently from our different experiences and things. You find that's the case when you go with people to conferences.
Um, I do. I
You have to
do.
say yes because we want
Yes,
to.
yes, yes. Of course, of course.
I should have set you up with that better before we went on.
I was actually
Now
trying
you're
to think
promote
of
more
it.
tickets. Well, seriously, I mean, but that is honestly true for me. Fred, you're a very good
Yeah.
actor, but it's true for me because sometimes like I'm so zoned in on one piece
Hmm.
of the conference or speaking to one person, then when other people are with me, they hear different things. So it's kind of fun to have that collaboration. So again, we're just encouraging people to bring their teams.
And let me make a connection to AI. There's also tools out
Ooh,
there that could
okay.
record things from like a conference or a meeting, and they transcribe it and then you tell the AI, you can bring it to ChatGPT and say, hey, what are the actionable items from this? What are the key insights from this meeting? And you get a real quick summary on what that was, just in case you were zoning off and
So
you didn't miss anything.
do you use Grain, Otter, or do you have another option?
Otter.
Otter. Now, so when you're at the event, do you turn your phone on and have Otter listen?
I could. I haven't done it yet. I normally do it with client sessions because previously I was so busy writing notes for client sessions and I would miss something or I couldn't read my notes. You
Yes,
can't pay attention
me
and do notes
too.
at the same time. Otter AI has saved my life.
Oh my gosh,
Where
I
it used
love
to
it.
take me 30, 45 minutes to transcribe notes into our CRM system, now it takes me 5, 10 minutes, and I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it timestamps. At least,
Yep.
okay, so I use Grain, and so it has video capability. So like on Zoom calls, I have it integrated as one of the apps. So what's cool is afterwards, I can actually like look up for same thing for client like onboarding or wrap up
Hmm.
meetings, and then I can say, looking for this topic, and it pulls up, and it actually will pull a clip, and I can send that clip to the client to remind them how to do something or something we need or something we agreed on. It's phenomenal, and you could
It's
also
phenomenal.
use it
Yeah.
to repurpose your video for, like,
Mhm.
promotions and yeah,
It's amazing.
wow.
Does it do multilingual?
I'm sure it can, I've just never tried.
I still haven't found the tool to do that because I
Okay,
have a lot of Spanish speaking clients.
okay.
Otter doesn't quite capture Spanish correctly at this point, but I
Yeah,
would love if Grain does it, I'm all in for Grain.
yeah, well, check it out. Yeah, I downloaded them both because I was trying to do a trial on both to see which
Mm,
worked, and, of course, I keep both. I'm kind of a digital hoarder, I'll be honest with you.
me too. I'm paying a lot of money for things I'm not even using. I just like to
I
have them there.
I know, my husband gets so mad, he's like, "What is this charge?" I'm like, "It's only $7 a month." He's like, "$7 a month." Boom, 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 or, "It's only
Because
37 a month." He's like, "Boom, boom, boom."
I must have like 30 AI applications. I'm not joking.
I know, it's bad. It's bad.
So
Yikes. Well, listen, I know you're a busy guy. I actually have to run as well. But again, I hope this has inspired somebody, the millions of people that are watching this, to go to connectingfaithandbusiness.com so you can meet Fred in person, shake his hand, just like let his brilliance and his genius rub off on you in person. That's what's great about in-person events. And please come because it's this Thursday, the 19th. It's from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So you have lots of time to do everything you need to do in the beginning of the day. Come, enjoy the event, and then you can get back to work if you really want to, or you could just relax, go for a walk. In Fred's case, do more networking. So
do my
that's
network.
great. Okay.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Well, thanks so much, Fred. You have a fantastic day. And I'll look forward to meeting you in person on Thursday.
Same here. Bye
All right.
bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Oh, and before I drop off, we have our last Connecting Faith and Business speaker series interview tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm interviewing Eric Rourke, who's a big sponsor of the event. So I'm excited about learning his perspective and how. Oh, I didn't even ask you that, and we're running out of time. How do you tie your faith into your business in your agency? And what is the name of your agency? You didn't mention that.
My agency is LUK Digital. Now, do I tie my faith into my business?
Hmm.
Not quite. Only because you never know who you're going to run into,
Okay.
and things, topics, religion and politics, I never discuss in public.
Right.
In
Right.
business, in business,
Right. Right.
yeah, could be
Well,
too
what
divisive.
Yes. Well, what's nice about this event is you can freely talk about your faith because it's everybody there. That's why they're there, is that they are
Yeah,
faith-based leaders. So that's kind of exciting. I didn't mean to put you on the spot,
no
but
problem.
that's the tying in that part of it, which is really awesome. So tomorrow, Eric is also going to touch more about that, and then we'll all see each other on the Thursday. So again, thanks for your time, Fred. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you on
Yeah,
Thursday.
okay, bye bye.
Bye.